Hello, welcome to SquishiVision. Um, this is gonna be a relatively quick, I think, reaction, simply because my back is not having a good time right now. I really will go lie down. Also, it's 1 in the morning, um, on a school day. Oh, I am taking an annual leave for like the morning. Still, I should probably go lie down. At which point, I'll end up almost certainly falling asleep. Then be the way things go. Um, this was an interesting episode. Here's what's worrying me and distracts me the most. We are 5 episodes in. I think there's 2 or 3 episodes left, and it feels like we're only just reaching the midway point. Or rather, I don't know. There's something off by the pacing of this show. And it kind of feels like by now we should have already. We haven't hit a reveal. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I guess there is a reveal. Um, Yeah, so we got episodes 6, 7, and 8. So I guess we have a bigger portion of the series left than I thought we did. But I feel like the pacing of the show has got to pick up considerably for the next 3 episodes. Because we're at where we're at, and I'm not sure we've really got to the meat of where we should have got to by now. Kinda, I think. I'm not saying this points very well. Like my back's hurting. What was good? I did enjoy this furry little freak. You can't see him on the vertical video, but on the horizontal video, he's my background image. Just his kind of contribution to the episode. I did spend a lot of the time trying to work out exactly when Storr realized it was May, not Ocean. I'm glad it kind of happened in this episode, and it wasn't like against me. It was drawn out long when it had to be. I saw a review point out that it was probably realized when Osha reset the droid's memory and the lights went red because for some reason I'm saying, I guess the factory default settings so the eyes are red. And Sol does make the point about how Osha does love that droid and probably wouldn't do that. Or whether he was waiting for confirmation from this thing to catch up with him and tell him that was what the crack was. And now that he realizes that Osha's in danger and there's most mystery, he doesn't want to get the rest of the Jedi involved. So he eschews the help of any other Jedi and decides to go solo. And unclear how this is going to kind of help him. I think the series is going how I predicted it was going to go. So we're definitely getting this cross plot where we initially start off thinking that Osha's a light side twin and May's a dark side twin. And then they get kind of swapped over and Osha becomes gradually more seduced by the dark side, and May becomes more de-radicalized by the light side. Which I guess makes sense, considering that, a lot of how radicalization works is that it's only what you're told and what you grew up with and what you're kind of when you're disenfranchised, you latch on to the messages that you are told. And it's interesting that kind of Osha is going through May's kind of journey of having lost everyone and being ripped down to that kind of bare basic and being rebuilt, but summoned by a dark side user. And May's a bit more of a difficult position where she's not quite in that position, but hopefully once the truth is revealed to her by Sol, that's gonna be what does that. I am predicting we're gonna end up with a finale here, which is Osha and May fighting each other, but on the opposite sides to which they started, and Osha fighting the Jedi, May fighting the stranger. That's kind of how I see that going. There is some speculation online that the planet that the stranger and Osha found themselves in is Actor from the sequel trilogy. Shelley does look familiar. but the creators are keeping that close to their chest. They kind of amusingly, in a way which I know TV Sins is gonna like get its grubby little paws on. Had a title on the screen, subtitle saying it was Unknown Planet, which is funny. Hello, Trizzy. Thank you for the L, I guess. I do think that the pacing is very slow in this episode. I feel like more could have happened. Like I feel like you do need to pause the character work, but I feel like scenes are drawn out, dialogue was drawn out much longer than it could have been. It could be more snappy, especially for like a very limited series. And as far as I understand, the intent is only for this to be like a limited series with 8 episodes. I think the creator said, "Oh, we might have a season 2, but if we do, it'll be a completely separate like storyline. This is a very self-contained storyline. It's not like we're gonna end things unfulfilled." Is what they're saying anyway, which is nice because you kind of want that conclusion in case things don't get picked up. But again, it does mean that we are basically coming to the 3-episode finale, and we have, I still think, a lot of things left unclear to us. But I guess all the chess pieces are in the kind of where they have to be, and I can't see where it's going. There were some interesting moments. It's kind of clever actually how literal they're being with the dark side seducing. It's kind of almost like preempting the satirical and comments riffing into the show by basically being like, no, we're going to play into the fact that the stranger is more or less through and through being a seductive. Like it's not just seducing in the very theatrical Shakespearean sense. It is literally seducing Osha into the dark side. All the things I'm thinking that they would tackle or discuss, that they would like bring up, they don't quite do it. I'm not sure that's trusting the audience and leaving it to subtext, or if that's because it's not really going to work that way. And there's no twist to come. I do like the moment with like Jedi's like, oh, like basically Sherlock Holmesing the bodies and like detailing what actually happened from looking at the bodies, and the Jedi Master was like, no, you dove over the more obvious factors. They were killed by lightsabers, but now they seem to blame Master Sol. So it's actually unclear. I think Ruler Jedi blames Master Sol. Leaver Jedi is like, well, that's a bit of an accusation to make, but then they seem to kind of settle on that as being leading theory, which I guess is kind of like, well, who else is going to blame? But they do know that May was trained by someone in the Jedi arts, so I don't know if it's particularly a stretch to assume the person has a lightsaber. Anyway, I am not doing very good at directing this episode, probably because of the amount of pain I'm in. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to lie down. We'll see if I wake up. I need to watch more of Star Trek Prodigy. I don't know if that's a tonight thing or not. Maybe the morning thing. We will see how it goes. Thanks for tuning in, and I am going to bounce. Okay, goodbye. Where's the button to end this? There is.